stability, grip, quietness. Only one tire can satisfy drivers who demand true performance. Advan. Life can be exciting. Yokohama Tire.
Welcome to the Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix, and as you can see, it's a huge crowd, a sea of yellow and blue, most of them supporting Valentino Rossi this weekend. Also, we have our local riders, a huge event. Tickets have been sold out. Malaysian MotoGP! Go Jack!
Go Jack! Aku Jared, you can do it!
He's been in complete control, man, regardless. Check the flag is out. Regardless is victorious. It's Malaysia Malaysia.
Welcome back, guys, to the Sepang International Circuit for round 2, race 4 of the Malaysia Championship Series 2021. Mio Adan here, coming to you live from the tracks. Thank you so much for watching us directly on streaming live at the official Facebook page of Sepang International Circuit. And just a bit of a reminder, should you guys are within the area, passing by Sepang SIC, you can still come down here. You can still visit us down here and watch the race yourself, because it is still free admission at the grandstand over here. If you have seen our coverage earlier this morning, a lot of exciting things has happened for the drivers down here during race 3. Actually here at the SIC for the Malaysia Championship Series 2021. And of course, just to remind each and everyone out there, we here always follow all the SOPs, making sure that we have our masks on, making sure that we keep ourselves quite apart with other people out here, and making sure as well that we obey all of the SOPs that has been given by the government. As mentioned, now is round 2, race 4, happening in a little bit of time later. Hope you guys are ready. I know one man who's ready. G, I bet you're ready, man.
I'm always ready, Neil. Thanks for that. Yes, I am ready for race 4, and I hope these drivers are as well. Just an update. That's me, Jeevan Selvanathan. Just an update as to what has happened since race 3 this morning. Well, there was a smattering of rain about an hour ago, but as you can see, the track looks to be dry enough. It was literally just a very light drizzle. Looked like it could get heavier and looked like it might come back, but hopefully it will stay away for the next hour plus lead up. So that's the duration for each of these MCS races. Round 2, race 4, this will bring to a close the doubleheader event to kick off the season. This compacted season due to the pandemic means, of course, 4 races of the 8 raced yesterday and today, 2 each day, and another 4 coming in December 15th and 16th. That'll be round 3 and round 4. And that just goes to show you how critical this race is, because it is now bringing us up to halfway the halfway point in the championship. And this morning, as Mio pointed out, a lot of incidents as well. I was very happy to say after race 1 that we were lucky to not have serious impacts or serious incidents. Well, I can strike that from the list now because that all came out in round 2, race 3. Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi, or that 23 Motors 123 car, I should say, big shunt with Tedco Racing's number 6, driven by Leona Chin in the first lap. That led to both of those big names being out of the running, and that also led to a lot of other names coming in and catching up in championship points. And really at the start of the day, it was 23 Motors that was topping the MTC class in terms of race points, championship points, SP1 as well, and SP2. Well, that's changed now a little bit as it stands. Well, in touring production, of course, Alef Hamdan on a clean 45 points, being the only entrant in there. In MTC, well, it was Abdul Mikhail from Nisa, from 23 Motors, of course, that was ruling the roost with 22 points at the start of the day. That changed, just 8 points extra for coming third, or coming fourth, I should say, put him up to 30, so only a 2-point. Has now actually lost the lead because Ronnie Risman with 22 points plus 10 from the first 3 races means 32 points leading MTC. They still have the lead, 23 Motors in SP1, but it's not as big as it used to be. It used to be about 4 points. Now it is down to, actually it's actually up to 7 points now, thanks to some very good finishing from Abdul Qatir and Baron Sim. And in SP2, Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi had a double win in that car from race 1 and 2. Didn't finish race 3, but because of that buffer means that they are still on top of that category, but only by 3 points. So everything to race for in this race 4 before we take the break. And of course, the Sepang 1000 kilometers also going to be on November 27th. Another chance for these cars to get out there and test out their race pace, something that blue car in the middle of your screen is doing. That is the R Engineering HMRT Honda Civic FC that has ruled the roost over the last couple of years, racing solo in touring production and using it as a research and development platform. So far, that research and development has been going very well. So Alef Hamdan is going to be looking to get another fast lap out. 2:26.953, fastest lap he's had so far in the first 3 races. He did clock in at 2:27 just now in race 3. Let's see if he can up that in race 4. As for everybody else, well, of course, a lot of people are going to be gunning for those 23 Motors entrants. And we're hoping that Leona Chin, who had the worst luck by having after a sensational first win in race 1, a couple of DNFs in race 2 and race 3, means that she really would appreciate being on that podium in an hour. So look for that number 6 Tedco Racing Suzuki Swift and see if it was amazing. In fact, an incredible achievement that I should mention, that the mechanics at 23 Motors actually managed to piece together that car from this morning. There was an oil pump gone, splitter gone, tires that need to be changed, and they had to actually go out off-site to go and buy or go and source out a lot of these replacement parts to come back in. So real achievement to get that car back. Also to 23 Motors for getting Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi's Honda Jazz ready as well. That was the winner of MTC in race 3, Danny Chin Hua Lip. Highly experienced driver, putting the windows up because maybe he thinks it's going to rain. So he's also going to be a driver to look out for in MTC. In SP1, well, it's been a huge fight. In fact, some of the biggest fights that we've had, battles we've had on track, have been between Ken Urata from R-Works, Shazuli Hisham Harun from Empire M Racing, Chatek Song from R Engineering, and Abdul Qatir and Baron Sim from 23 Motors. We'll get back to more of that in a second. Let's get down to the grid. As we do, when the 10-minute board is being shown, Mio is talking to some of the drivers.
Yes, exactly. I'm here together with Mikhail down here, car number 223. How are you feeling, man?
Exciting, nervous at the same time.
Okay, and obviously you've been very consistent, you know, getting podiums, you know, making a very good race out of it. Round 2, race 4, the final race for this time around. Obviously you want to do your best. How are you going to do it?
I will try my best to get the best result for the team and the best place that I can. So this race, I think I will target higher maybe second or just winning my class, or podium is good enough.
All right, okay, good luck to you, Mikhail. Right, back to you, Jeev.
Thanks, Bjorn. And I have to say that car, that number 223 car, is going to be looking for a result here. Dropped down to second, tied second in the MTC standings. Ronnie Risman has moved up with that third spot in race 3 to top spot in that group with 32 points. And Mikhail and Danny Chin both on 30, tied in second, with Leona in fourth with 15 points. That's where it stands in MTC. Lots to race for there. In SB2, of course, well, Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi wanted to make it double-double, to get double win yesterday and a double win today. Didn't happen because of that incident. Cars back on the track, so they're going to be hoping to up their 30 points that's currently topping that category. Let's get back down on the grid now and find out who else Mia is talking to.
Yes, and right now I have Shahrizal with me driving his car here for race number 4. Brother, how are you feeling?
I'm good today, feeling fantastic compared to yesterday. We had a mechanical issue, so we're back today on the race 3 and race 4.
Okay, and obviously this being the last race for this time around, obviously you have to look forward to December as well. But the final race today, obviously you want to do your best. Any changes in strategy perhaps that you want to share with us?
Nope, it's secret. Okay, we're gonna share maybe with the team. Yep, we're gonna see after this.
All right, okay, good luck, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, everything is secret down here with Shahrizal, at least. Jeev, I don't know, maybe you know him better?
Thanks, Mio. No, that is the best thing to do. I mean, I think too many people tell their opponents about what they're going to do. That's a fantastic strategy that they've picked, the strategy of silence. We'll find out over the next hour, in fact, what that team is planning to do. Very tight in SP1. It is Abdul Qatir and Baron Sim from 23 Motors with 34 points, followed by Ken Urata in second with that fantastic double win, 2 wins out of 3, putting him on 30 points. Chao Tek Seong in third with 28. So that car from Empire M Racing cannot afford another DNF, even if it was mechanical problems today, because they are fourth in class, 27 points, 1 point off Chao Tek Seong and 7 points off the lead. 15 points for win, of course, 12 for second, 10 for third, 8 for fourth as well. Now, let's get back down to the grid, and if I'm right, Mio is talking to Ken Urata.
Exactly, I'm together with Ken here. Ken, 2 number 1 finishes in the last 3 races. You definitely want to make it number 1 again for the last race, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what's your preparation? Any difference that you're going to be doing in comparison to what you did earlier this morning?
This morning is I got front row, and my concert, I want to make a good stint myself. That's it.
Okay. And earlier on the podium, you have also mentioned that you have such a great crew down here, making sure that the car is all tip and top condition, immaculate. You're very happy with the car, obviously.
Yeah. Very, very happy. Yeah, very good car. Thank you for did a great job, my crew. Yeah, another race.
Okay, good luck to you again.
Thank you.
Jeev, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Mio. Ken, as I said just now, sitting second in the SB1 rankings overall with 30 points, 4 points off the lead. So he's going to be hoping to at least finish 2, maybe 3 spots higher than that number 23 Motors car before we get to the halfway point of the season, and when, of course, all the teams can go off and think about what they're going to do for the last 4 races. Again, December 15th and December 16th. So the klaxon goes. It's 5 minutes to race time now, and checking the weather, looking a little bit darker, but still, thankfully, dry. So these guys are going to be on, I'm sure, their dry compounds. Over the next 5 minutes, we're going to see that grid slowly emptying of people. That's Chao Tek Seong. The number 11 R Engineering car has had a pretty good run. 4th spot in race 3. Looking to better that in race 4. And of course, 2 third spots in race 1 and race 2. So good consistency and reliability, hoping for at least another podium finish, you would think. That there is Nurul Husna, and I think that is, yeah, that looks like Husna in the car first up. Nisa Racing's second car. We've got one in SP2. In fact, it was a very good race 3 for Nisa Racing, with Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid winning SP2, and of course Nurul Husna and Natasha Sita coming into MTC for the first time because of a clearance issue. They moved up in class, and their first result in MTC was a second spot on the podium. That is the current leader in MTC with 32 points. And they're going to be hoping, and remember they're just 2 points ahead right now of Mikhail and Danny Chin. So look for a big MTC race over the next hour. And that's the great thing, of course, with the MCS. That's the rebuilt and fixed Tedco racing car. Number 6, Leona Chin, hoping for better luck this time. And he just saw just then when they were pulling into that, some of the damage at the side of that car. Amazing job to get that car back on the track. And we hope, and of course it wasn't Leona's fault, that incident. And Mitchell Chia, who was at fault, did go up and apologize after that. And of course the race result was then beyond both teams. And they're going to be hoping that that doesn't happen again. This car has been in the thick of the action. Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid. Nisa Racing, very strong driving combination. They're going to be hoping to get another win, make it a double for today. So other double winners. Well, of course, if we got Danny Chin winning again, that would be a double for today. If we got Ken Urata winning again, that would be a double for today. And Hayden Heikel as well. I think it's taken for granted that Alif Hamdan and our engineering should hopefully complete the 21 odd laps plus leader, 1 hour plus leader. So the final lap of the leader will determine the end of the race. And just before we get into the action, here's a couple of things that you can do. You want to set your fastest lap up on this FIA Grade 1 circuit, then get yourself enrolled, I should say, with SIC's Open Track Day. Book online now at www.sepangcircuit.com. A lot of fun, and think about it, most probably not going to get many options to drive your car on such a great circuit throughout your life. Also, go-karting skills, if you want to think of something a bit smaller, on a great Sepang International Kart Circuit. For inquiries, email to inquiries@sepangcircuit.com. All great days out if you want to come up and check the Malaysian and regional motorsport hub. Get your car onto the circuit. Lots of initiatives. Want to find out more? That's your website, www.sepangcircuit.com. Now the grid almost cleared. We should be down to at least, I'm thinking, yep, that's the 1 minute board. There it is. So the safety car will be gunning its engine off on the formation lap. After turn 14, you can expect these cars to get into this rigid formation that you can see now for a mass rolling start. There will be one compulsory pit stop, as always, between the 25th and 40th minute of the race. All cars must, of course, make that pit stop. And if you have been a previous winner in race 1, 2, or 3, in fact, it's from race 1 and 2, then you might also be carrying some success ballast. And you might also have to add a few seconds onto your pit stop time. And that's the cost of being a winner. And of course, keeping things nice and level, balance of performance-wise. Door shuts on Empire M Racing, and the door opens, hopefully, on our formation lap. Critical race in the season, as I said, taking us up to halfway. That beautiful sound, and there's that beautiful track. 5.543 kilometers, 15 corners. There's 2 straights, the back straight and the home straight. A real signature of SIC. Loved the world over by world champions every class that have come down here. We're hoping, of course, in the future to see those world champions coming back. Let's have a look at the starting grid. Our engineering and Alif Hamdan again takes his usual spot at the top. Ken Urata from R-Works in second. Shazul Isham, Empire M Racing, and 23 Motors on row 2. Our engineering and Danny Chin on row 3, Chautek Song and Chin Walim. Row 4, well, that's the all-female lineup. Nurul Husna and Natasha Sita in Nisa Racing. Abdul Mikal, Abu Bakar Banafi from 23 Motors joining them on row 4. Ronnie Risman and Leona Chin, row 5. Hayden Heikel and Putra Adam in row 6. So row 7, 8 and 9, Imran Wafi Adnan from DNT Tune heading up that row 7 next to Amir Harris Jeffrey. Noor Adli and Kifli Othman in row 8 for Kino Motorsports, Chai Kok Ho and Chu Sin Yong 16. Eddie Liu and William Ho from Tedco in row 9, and Aswan Zulkifli joining them. And that is our final row, the number 88, Mohamed Farik and Naadi, Mitchell Chia and Ali Rahimi having to start at the back of the grid because, of course, of that incident in turn 1, starting at the back of their class. So if they are going to make it a win here on day 2, should say round 2, then they're going to have quite the race, having to climb through 20, or 19 I should say, other competitors. We've seen it happen before, so it's not really too much of a stretch. Looking at the indicators just behind those cars, it looks like it will be a dry race. Remember the time I said that? That was one of those things that commentators just love to say and then take back afterwards. There's the race clock, 57 minutes. Once these cars get round to turn 14, as I said, it will be no more weaving to get heat into the tires. It will be forming up nice and orderly, simply because here we go, that's turn 14. That's nice and orderly. They've still got about half that straight just to get that kink out. Now, Ken Urata there in the red, in the white car with the red stripe. He has had some great starts in the first 3 races, but obviously not enough power to oust that beautiful blue-R Engineering Civic off top spot going into turn 1. Of course, in race 3, we saw a lot of a pile-up between MTC. That was why an incident happened. Here they come around turn 15. Rolling start, now they're past turn 15, those lights will go green. Just like that, and the Malaysia Championship Series round 2 race 4 is a go. Ken Urata taking a good clear line, he's just cutting across now, trying to get a better line in the middle. That looks like Shahrizal just on the inside. Okay, well, that's good from SP1, that's good from SP2 and MTC, and I think everybody has got through the start this time. Just see Mitchell Chia looking to get a few positions early on lap 1, so he can start moving through the pack up to turn 5. And that is, in fact, 23 motors that have taken up second spot. Ken Urata dropped back to 4th now. It's a great start from Shahrizal and Abdul Qatir to get ahead of Ken Urata. He didn't cut off the line enough. Now he looks like he's absolutely itching to get back into second spot, and so is Shahrizal. Early pressure from him. Wow, this looks like it's already turning into a huge battle, and it's only halfway across lap 1. Jostling for position, Ken Urata on the inside, and that's a beautiful move. Couldn't defend the inside line, and so he lost out second spot again. But wow. Now that move has spread out this initial pack, which is going to help Shahrizal. Ken Urata again, asking all the questions. Up into 3rd now. Chao Tek Song down to 4th. Looks like he's not too happy with that situation. Turn 15 is going to be interesting. Guessing that Baron Sim is in that car. He started race 3 as first driver as well. Well, all 3 of them jostling for that inside line. Didn't work out. One of them's going to have to concede and give out. And it looks like it's going to be Chow Tek Song. Well, well, well. So that's Charizal and Tek Song coming out wide, leaving Urata on the inside. He will accept that nicely. Good line from Ken. Urata is not going to give any chances to those 2 behind him. I don't think he's going to have a choice here. He's currently defending with every trick in the book. And to be honest, I can't really see that lasting for too long when you've got 2 cars on you, both of them looking for that inside or outside line. There's the inside line. Charizard looking to get half a car length over. And he's just about got it, has he? No, not from there. Now, this is one of the things we've seen since the start of this 21 season. That's Ken really off track, and that's going to cost him a lot of time in this battle. Managed to control it well. And it looks, yes, there's been some contact and there's been some damage to that Empire M Racing number 34. You can just see it flapping off the side of the car. That's not going to be doing the aero of that car any good at all. How about that? Pit window is not, well, it's going to be open from in about 17 minutes. So he's going to have to live with that. That might be the incident that led to that flapping fender. Ken Murata now settling back in this quartet. And this is all playing into the hands of Baron Sim in that 23 Motors car. Nice wide line from him through 15. Ken Murata tries on the inside. And was just cut off by Chow Tek Song. Great move from the R Engineering driver. I can tell you while this is happening that ahead of these 3 or 4 cars, just quickly, that's Ken Murata looking on the inside at turn 1. Has he got enough? He's pushing it. It's a difficult corner to defend because of the switchback. Car just drifts off the other way. Looks to be safe. Alif Hamdan, as I said, has restarted his R&D for fastest lap. 2:28.327. That's pretty pacey. Said at the end of race 3 they were looking to push the car. Now that they fixed the niggles from race 2. That there. Looks like Hayden Heichel leading the pack. So as we get into the 3rd lap, it's 23 Motors topping SP1, R Engineering through Putra Adam, in fact, topping SP2, and Leona Chin topping MTC for Tedco Racing. Close battle here. That is Putra Alam in the red, white and blue on the Jazz. Keeping pace with the racing on the Jazz, the number 85 there as they come into turn 9. That should be enough daylight to maintain position, I'm thinking. This car has been, the yellow car at the front of that trio has been in the thick of most of the battles. Now this is that continuing battle between Chao Tek-song and Ken Urata, and they both trade places on turn 15. Very low. Neck and neck, side by side, coming up the home straight. And it looks like the R-Works car has got the better of that engagement. He gets the perfect line. He's now just going to swing across track, cut that inside line off. Cut it off again. But really, Tek-song is just pushing all the buttons, forcing Ken Urata into full defensive driving, not even giving him a second to think about the attack that he'd like to make on the likes of Empire M and 23 Motors ahead of him. A gap now 1 second, and between these two, well, it's about 1/100th of a second. What great driving from Ken Urata that we've seen this morning and yesterday afternoon. Cuts it off again. Absolutely no joy for our engineering at this point. He's not going to let him there either. He's got to keep it tight to the corners, drift off the line. Maybe a bit of time saved there from late braking from Tek-song. He really wants to get past. On the curbs for R-Works. This is really good stuff from both drivers, and I just have to say, I think that Chao Tek-song is looking like he's going to make his move, and that might be now. Meanwhile, ahead of them, as you can see, all that battling has led these two to get into their own battle. Shahrizal Jamaluddin and Baron Sim. Has he done it here? That looks like more than half a car length, but it's still going to be neck and neck, and it looks like that R-Works car has just got the edge in terms of straight line power. Remember that Ken Urata is actually carrying ballast as well after having 2 wins in a row. 30 kilograms in fact, and that's probably why his car's weaving around a little bit. That is at the back of this train, Mitchell Chia fighting his way through the pack, already up to 10th by the way. Chin also in that pack, taking it nice and easy in that repackaged Suzuki Swift, but leading MTC, which is the most important part, and also leading by a good 10 seconds at this point. So we have now, that's a pretty good lap for Leona as well. 2:42 this early in the race. Get faster as the fuel burns out. Back to the fight for 3rd and 4th overall. And 2nd and 3rd in terms of SP1. And still, it's just incredible defending from Ken Urata. This is ahead of them, and it looks like Shahrizal is ready to make his move on, I'm thinking that's Baron Sim that started in that car. Wow, that That's some serious defending of those corners. I don't think he's going to be able to keep him out. I think that might be almost. That car is off track limits now. Well, that's one of the Empire Racing cars in. That is in fact Amir Harris Jeffrey having a more quieter run in this race 4. Don't forget, 2 unsportsmanlike flags, races 1 and 2 for Amir Harris Jeffrey. He's corrected that part of whatever was happening. Looks to be quite a serious problem. The pit window hasn't actually opened yet. So that's serious enough for him to come in. And it looks like it was a tire puncture, so that definitely needs immediate work. That will not count as his compulsory stop, by the way. Now that black car is the 58 Nisa Racing Nurul Husna. Enjoying their step up to MTC, both the ladies, and looking to build on that second spot. Right now facing a lot of pressure from Ronnie Risman. Ronnie looks to have the line there. Will in fact be going through a little bit of a lock, but no significant problems. He's got a lot of driving to do, as Leona Chin has now moved up to 7th overall and is fighting amongst the SB2s and leading MTC. Move on the outside perhaps for Nisa. Well driven by Ronnie Risman. Well defended by Ronnie as well. Oh, went a bit wide coming out of turn 2. Looks like he's pulled it back. We've had about 20 minutes. That is Ken Urata still running in 4th, but now I don't see Chao Tek Song anywhere near him. I wonder what's happened to that battle. Ahead of them, still neck and neck right at the top of SB1. Shahrizal is looking for any path ahead of that Honda. Having a look, staying tucked in, and here we go. Try it on the outside. So Amir Harris Jeffrey has just picked up his 3rd unsportsmanlike flag. I think that's a record for MCS. Black and white flag shown for number 45 again for not respecting track limits. Well, great to see some people up here in the grandstands. Don't forget you can join us. Free entrance for the fully vaccinated up here. Of course, make sure that you maintain your COVID safety protocols. Wear a mask, sanitize your hands, maintain at least 1 meter distance between everyone. Do this not just at the track, but everywhere. Absolutely nothing to separate these 2, 2nd and 3rd overall, but 1st and 2nd in SB1. With 0.02 of a second separating them. Now the thing here is that Shahrizal is actually dictating the line and forcing Baron Sim into that defending. Both of them are lapping pretty fast. 2.33 is, there's only 3 cars that have hit 2.33. Trying again on the outside, and this time it looks like he's done it, but he's off track. That's how he had to do it. There was no other way he could. Now I wonder if race control is going to have a look at that. So he's through, but not quite in the way that we thought he was going to be. Thanks for joining us today. There's people in the grandstands. Nothing like a nice day out at the track. So after 7 laps of trying every possible move, Shahrizal Jamaluddin is leading SP1. This is going to be great news for Ken Urata. Let's have a look now at that move. That was fine, that was fine. This isn't fine, this isn't fine. That's okay again. Well, I think race control definitely going to have a look at that, because that was for track position and that isn't the track. Ronnie Risman locking up his brakes at turn 9, still under heavy pressure from Nurul Husna. This for 14th and 15th overall, but also for 3rd and 4th in MTC. Pretty good lap time, 2:48. MTC car. Still up at the front. Sole entrant in touring production. Alif Hamdan, first overall, first in class. 2:28.298. Now, not the fastest we've seen. Maybe we will. 8 laps completed, about to start his 9th. Lap times, that was a 2:30. The last lap, of course, was mired in a few back markers. Now it looks like Ulusna has maybe look for a second. She had the outside line. Now I'm going to have to do it all over again. That is Ronnie Risman in the driver's seat for this first half of the race. Now that actually looked like Alif Hamdan, which would mean Lai Wei Sing is in the car for this race. And they're going to be practicing driving changes, which is great, because Alif, of course, was by himself beforehand. We saw Wei Sing in the pits. Good to have confirmations like that to confirm what the final driver lineup was like. Putra 2 great second place finishers in race 2 and race 3. Currently fending off the advances of that class topping car. 1, 2, 3, 23 Motors Honda Jazz. Mitchell Chair behind the wheel of that, and he's now up to 9th. And while this plays out, let's get down to the pits, where Mio is talking to Alif Hamdan.
Yeah, exactly. I'm together with Alif down here. So Alif, the change of tactics, Lai is outside there, you know, doing his best out there. Why the difference this time around?
Well, to be honest, both of us don't have much wet experience in this car. So it looked like it was going to rain at the start, so I thought I'd let the owner of the car drive the car and figure things out, because it's a lot easier for him to explain than I, if anything were to go wrong.
So obviously when we see you guys at the podium, it's going to be you and Lai together then?
Yeah, it should be the both of us this time, because before I had the solo duty the last 3 races, and I thought, I don't want to push myself unnecessarily, so share the load with a partner.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
And there you go, thanks Mion. Right from the horse's mouth, that's exactly what's happening. That car is in the pits, by the way, because the pit window is now open. Interesting that Aleph and Weising are looking forward, there they are, to rain in this race. We've had a bit of moisture, as I said, over the interval between race 3 and race 4, but it wasn't that much. And so Aleph is now in that car, and he's going to be driving it for the last 32 minutes. That's an interesting situation. That looks like a very, very hot brake disc. In fact, there is flames at the bottom of that. That's not in the manual. I'm sure they're going to have a look at that. Not uncommon to see very hot brake discs, but it is uncommon to see them on fire. Oh, Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi have moved up one more spot, getting in front of Putra Adam. So they have actually made it onto the podium now. That's second spot in class. That'll be 8th for Mitchell Chia. And this is a very important stop for 23 Motors. And there, as you can see, as I said, lots of smoke, but no fire in that brake disc. Well, looks like it's going well there. That is, I think that was Ronnie Ritzman. Not surprisingly, we haven't seen that number 88 Kino Motorsport car, the sibling car to this car, out on the track. Of course, it was flipped over in race 3. And as we understand it, the driver did manage to get free and is fine, but the car didn't make it. So 19 starters for race 4. Well, now, how is this shaping up in SP2? Mitchell Chia up into 2nd in class. Hayden Heikel and Adam Khaled and Nisa Racing 85 still ruling the roost. They are currently 3 points behind Mitchell and Adi in terms of point standings. So they need to finish ahead. We'll be back with the rest of this race in just a minute. We're going to off for a break. Stay with us on the official live stream of the Sepang International Circuit.
Yokohama.
Welcome to the Sepang International Circuit, and of course this is the Shell Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix. As you can see, people are starting to walk into the Welcome Center. We have about 100 over vendors here today. It's going to be an awesome weekend here at Sepang Circuit.
Okay guys, hari ni keadaan sini semua pilihan saya tengok dan saya doakan yang terbaik semua pemba, termasuk Malaysia, Rodin, Ki, Syarin dan semua yang terlibat lah.
Malaysiaの皆さん、日本から来ました。MotoGP楽しんでます。イエーイ
Welcome back to the official live stream of the Sepang International Circuit. Just before that commercial break, you may have seen a shot which would have shocked you to your bones, and that is that Danny Chin from the MTC class looks like he has retired. That car was off the track, and it also looked like it was being pulled away by the stewards. So, Danny Chin, winner from race 3, looks like he is going to be getting to the halfway point of the season with just 30 points. Remember, Leona Chin now up to 4th, a blinding drive from Leona. MTC car in the top 4 overall, chasing down the SB1s. Of course, if she gets another 15 points, and she's going to be up to 30 as well. And now let's get into the pits where Mio is talking to Abdul Qadir.
Yeah, exactly, Jeev. I'm together right now with Abdul Qadir from 23 Motors for the SP1 class. Man, you really put the pedal to the metal just now, man.
Thank you, buddy. We got no choice because we was fighting for P1 and we are fighting for the overall championship as well. So, so we changed the strategy. The last 2 races we got some issue with the car, some technical issue. So we try to get back the car, try to get the momentum back, and I think we are doing pretty good start. Then we make a gap. Pray God, may the car last till the end of the race.
All right. Now, I want to ask you, looking into the future in December when the next rounds of the MCS is going to be in play again, any much difference that you think? What kind of preparations that you'll be looking into?
I think entire of my experience racing since 2016 onward in Sepang, this will be the toughest one because the schedule was too tight. But for us, for racing team, and for the drivers, what we are asking for, nothing more than races. So we will come stronger and stronger every round and try to finish the championship as well.
Okay, thanks a lot, mate. Good luck to you.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Jeev.
Thanks, Mio. Great words there from Abdul Qadir, which does, of course, mean that he was in that car to start off with, and Baron Sim is now in that car. That car has been taking advantage of the early pit stop window, and currently there are 4 cars in there and 4 on their outlap. So a lot of the key names. Ken Urata's on his outlap. Chao-Tek Song is also on his outlap. And it looks like the class leading Empire M Racing, number 34, that very consistent car. We have to say that now. It's only the 1 DNF they had. They had some electrical problems, but that car looking very fast. It stayed out. It's going to be coming in a bit later, so very interesting strategy. Now, Leona Chin still charging, and so far has not been in the pits yet. She is a good 50 seconds ahead of Ronnie Risman in second, and that should be Saiful Nizam in the car now. It's going to be very tight, the MTC category, if it stays like this. Leona now up to second, and that is mainly due to the pit stop window. That's a good shot of that. Got cars on track, coming in a bit late, and cars at that pit lane speed staying in. That is Armia Harris Jeffrey, the unfortunate title of being the most unsporting-like car so far in the 2021 season. 3 black and white flags in 4 races. That probably has to be looked into. We look at Ken Urata, who's now on his outlap. We've changed his tires, had a look. The entire car, he's treated that car absolutely really well. Stayed out of trouble. He's been in a lot of battles as well. And ahead of him, that's the car everyone's looking at. Baron Sim, number 23, 23 Motors car. Also on his outlap. Currently second in class, but that might change because, of course, Shahrizal is going to have to come in, hand the reins over to Hisham Harun. That looks like Chao-Tek Song. It is, in fact, Chao-Tek Song. And that is for position as well. And he looks like he's going to go past. They were 2 seconds apart at the start of this lap. Even you could tell that is not a 2-second gap anymore. 23 minutes left in this opening double-header stage. It's been a double-double. Double rounds, double races. While we watch this evolve, let's get down to the pits and see who Mio has cornered.
Yes, I actually have with me Ronnie Risman down here. Ronnie, race yang terakhir ni macam mana tadi? Memang habiskan sehabis-habisnya atas track?
Sehabis-habisnya apa yang kami ada, kami tekan terus. Sebab ini adalah peluang terakhir untuk round kedua ni kan. Daripada we do or die. Itu saja. Dasar kita push sehabis mungkin.
Okey, tapi pastinya pengalaman sebab dah lama sangat tak keluar berlumba, dah lama tak racing. Mesti rindu sangat racing ni. Okey, feeling ni macam mana?
Oh, feeling adrenalin dia tiba-tiba naik sampai kita pun terhirang fokus. Terlampau excited. Yang itu yang membuatkan tak teruja sangat. Excited lah.
Dan pastinya kita akan jumpa balik bulan Disember nanti untuk round ketiga dan keempat.
InsyaAllah. Itu pun kami akan berusaha untuk participate sekali.
Okay, terima kasih Ronnie. Alright G, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Mio. Ronnie Risman just showing exactly how excited these drivers are and ready for the challenge. Happy to be back racing at Sepang, and I think that affects all of us. I mean, we're all happy to be back commentating, watching, racing, organizing. Big shout, of course, to the partners that have made this all happen. The official fuel partner, BH Petrol, the official partner, Yokohama, and supported by KBS as well. It's been a great opening start to the Malaysia Championship Series 2021 season. And it hasn't been written yet, because there's still 21 minutes left in this race. And finally, I can tell you, Empire M Racing, that number 34 car, is in the pits. Leona Chin also in the pits. Putra Adam also in the pits. So that's the leader of MTC, the leader of SB1, and the second placed SB2 car, all in the pits right now. There they are. It's going to be a frenetic end to this race 4 if they come out firing. Once again, really good achievement by Tedco Racing. That car was a wreck this morning. Now it is in the pits and leading MTC, and I'm sure they're going to be having a bit of a check around to see that all that duct tape is worked. Well, she's looking in pretty good shape there. Putradam also looking like his mechanics are happy enough with the car. And that is Abdul Mikal, Abu Bakr Banafi from MTC, just ahead of them. This is Ronnie Risman's teammate, Saiful Nizam. Currently in 9th overall and 2nd in MTC. He's now been passed by, that should be the great Kifli Othman. Haven't seen much of him, Kifli, in this new season so far. That car's been troubled by a lot the first 3 races, but looks like it's going to make the distance now. And with those final pit stops, the pit window has closed. So into the final stage of this round 2 race 4. Plenty to race for in terms of championship positions. MTC, as I said, is going to be a very close class to call if it stays in the positions it is right now. Leona Chin out of the pits, and she should have enough of a lead, almost a lap up from the number 5 car. So that's Kifli Othman, the number 5 car of Saiful Nizam, also on his outlap. So it's going to take about a lap for all of these positions to settle in, but now everyone has had their pit stop. I think that last car we saw in right at the end of the pit window closing was Mitchell Chan, Ali Rahimi. So Ali Rahimi will be getting in that car now. Good strategy from them. Stay out for an extra lap. Give yourself time. That is a look in. Looked like our engineering, our works. There's Leona Chin. All looks good. Seventh overall, first in class. This is going to be a welcome reward if she can hold out for the next 18 minutes. That'll be a second win from the opening 2 days. Would have wanted more and was actually in line, looked that way, before that first DNF in race 2 for Leona. So she's got the pace. It wasn't really her fault, the incident that took her out of race 3. So this is just desserts for her. That is the front of the pack. Baron Sim now in that car. Just heard from his teammate. They're just hoping that the car lasts out to the end of the race. They can set themselves up for the rest of the season. Consistent finisher, that car. Reliability, tick. And it looks like they've got ahead of the Empire M number 34. Chao Tek-song in the mix as well. As they come around now and cross the start line, get a clearer understanding of where they all stand. And as expected, it is Baron Sim, with that lightning pace of his, that's moved 23 car to the top of the class. Shazul Hisham in second, Tek-song in third, Ken Urata in fourth. SB1, highly contested class. And if it stays like this for the next 16 minutes, then that's a fantastic achievement from Abdul Qadir and Baron Sim, because they're going to add another 15 points on to their 34. Give them 49 as they get into halfway. Shazul Shamarun with that second. That'll be another 12 points. It'll be 39, so it'll be 10 ahead at this point. They needed to finish ahead of them. It doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore. They also need to get some points on the board. So second spot, okay for them in terms of attacking the rest of the championship. They would have loved to have had, ideally, a straight win and a DNF for that 23 car. Didn't happen. 23 looking very good. Baron Sim, one of the fastest drivers on this track. Generally speaking, while saying that, he's just been passed very easily and is now looking like he's lost a bit of pace. Oh, that was very odd. Hisham gifted a position there, the exact position he needed, in fact. Now we're going to keep an eye on that number 23 car, because it looks like it is losing ground at a pretty fast rate. They were hoping for it to make it to the end of the race, and I hope that was just maybe a missed gear. Late braking. Hello, welcome to the Sepang International Circuit. Thanks for joining us. To everybody else at home, set yourself up for maybe the Sepang 1000 kilometer on the 27th of November. Come up, enjoy a day out at the track. That really is a day out at the track. It's a 10-hour race. That's another car that's gone past Baron Sim now, or just about, and it looks like there is something wrong. That is a key, if that has happened, that is a key moment in that championship. They needed to finish top, and now 2 cars have gone past them, and I think they're just going to be hoping to get to the end. This is going to change things. Well, what a drop-off and what a key time for 23 Motors, the most successful team from day one and round one. Looks like they have lost ground in MTC and SP1 in race 3 and race 4. And that's how quickly things can change in the Malaysia Championship Series, and that's why you need to be here on December 15th and 16th, round 3 and round 4. Yep, looks like he can keep pace with Tech Song right now, but doesn't look like he can do any kind of attacking. Meanwhile, Anif Hamdan, of course, has taken over from Lai Wei Sing and has put in a 2:28.173. Still not as fast as he was in race 2 with a 2:26. So, our new leader of SB1, by default our leader of the field. They're going to really benefit from another 15 points, I can tell you that. That is, well, that should be Adi Rahimi in that car now, topping SB2. So they are coming good with what they said. They've cleared their entire field. They started at the back of the grid, remember. That black car with the yellow stripe. And have now made it to the top of their class and 7th overall. Really good effort. What a great driving combination to have Mitchell Chia, such an experienced touring car champion, teaming up with the new boy who has just hat loads of talent, Adi Rahimi. Qualified from the EMCS Championship in 2018, went from video games to real cars, and immediately racked up 5 out of 6 wins in his initial season in 2019. It was a meteoric rise. And now teamed up with Mitchell Chat. Who knows the amount of great information that he is picking up from driving that car, topping the class. So with 11 minutes left to go, in SP1, it is Empire M Racing, Hisham Harun ahead of Chatek Seong, and the strangely slower Baron Sim in 3rd, Ken Urata in 4th. In fact, he's now up to 3rd, as you can see. That's happened just as I was speaking. So that's another place and more championship points lost for 23 Motors. In MTC, Leona Chin is still way out ahead. It's a great comeback for her. It's Saiful Nizam, number 5, MTC in 2nd, and Natasha Sita should be in 3rd, so another podium on the all-ladies lineup from Nisa Racing. And in SB2, well, Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid have actually renewed their rivalry with Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi. So far, it says that they are topping the class. We're going to have to find out as we get round to the start line. That's where we stand. And as I have been talking, Anif Hamdan may have heard me because he's just put in a 2:27.768. That's more like it, Alif. That's what we want to see from your R&D in touring production. Under 10 minutes left. Still looking like it's dragging its feet a little. That Honda FD2 from 23 Motors has been passed by 3 cars in 2 laps. That is not the kind of situation that you'd expect from Baron Sim. That is Ken Urata. Another steady race from him, but sadly, from 2nd on the grid down to 4th, you'd have to say he's not going to be happy with that. And he's going to come in now in 3rd because he has overtaken Baron Sim. Now looking at that's great that they just passed the start line, because looking at the lap times, Baron Sim just lapped a 2:38.629. That's why he was overtaken 3 times. Why that is happening, we don't know. But a 2:38.629 whereas the other cars in his class are lapping about 2:32, 2:33. That was always going to happen. Here you go. This is first in SP1. That's second in SP1. That's third in SP1. What a consistent performer. This car, of course, in the pit window, that flappy fender on the rear left side has been fixed with a lot of tape, as you can see. Outright leader in MTC, Leona Chin. Those are some great laps, 2:41. Brilliant stuff. Well-deserved win if she can hold on. Making it 2 wins out of 4 races. That definitely means dark horse for the second half of the championship. Well done, Leona. Thanks also for all the updates on the team in the car. They've been coming direct from her. Straight to the commentary box. Very happy and glad for that. Chia and Adi Rahimi. Now it's confirmed that they are actually in second spot in SP2. So Adam Khalid, who should be the second driver for Nisa Racing, number 85, they're topping SP2. All of them on 17 laps, and it looks like they're about 3 seconds ahead of Adi Rahimi now. So that's going to be important in terms of championship positions, because there's only 3 points separating both those teams coming into this race. And it's going to be 3 points between first and second spots. So they could both be tied on 42 points if this stays the way it is. What a great way to kick off the second half in December. 42 points, something to think about over the next 3 weeks. But what a run. Remember, this car has started from the back of the grid today. Has come up through the ranks. Blistering pace from Mitchell Chia. Ali Rahimi now maintaining that pace, and I think maybe that's what they're going to be looking. They're looking to close the gap a bit by the looks of it. But Hayden Heichel looks like in this car here, or Adam Khalid, I should say, in this car here, has now lengthened that gap to about 5 seconds. So this car is going to be coming in as SP2 winner. Quite deservedly so as well. Another pretty solid race, almost like race 1. Danny Chin, the only real DNF. That is going to really cost his championship as well. Danny was on a good bit of momentum with 2 wins out of 3, 30 points. Tied for second spot in MTC, 2 points behind Ronnie Risman and Saiful Nizam. That of course means he's going to stay there. Ronnie and Saiful are going to be scoring 12 points if it stays like this. Leona is going to be back up tied with Danny at 30 points. If she stays where she is now, under 5 minutes left to go, so it's looking likely. That's Chaotek Song and Ken Urata, and that is for position as well. Right now, at the death of round 2, race 4, Ken Urata has not given up a higher position. Pulls up right to the bumper, comes out, looks on the outside. Now that's the inside, of course, that's turn 15. Oh, very close indeed. Good move, but sadly lost the momentum through the corner, and that was well driven by Taek Seong, who's now defending stoutly, pushing him off the track almost. That is something that might be looked at. Looked like it was going to be pushing him straight off track. Instead, he's come back in, and Ken now with the upper hand That is the penalty that's going to go to Amir Harris Jeffrey. Off-track limits, that's exactly what happens to you. Off-track limits. Look at the defending from Ken Urata coming into turn 5. He's almost driving while looking at his rearview mirrors. Cuts him off again, cuts him off again. He will do absolutely anything to stay in that spot. That would, of course, be second in the class. He might not be winning it this time, but he'd be happy with that second in terms of a championship aspiration. Taek Seong hasn't given up hope, though. That's very close on the inside. Clips the curb, doesn't quite make it to halfway. Well, I thought that all the battles may have been done at this late stage, but it looks like it's going to go down to the wire for these two. There's absolutely nothing between them. Let's have a look at some of this. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's not, that's not, that's definitely not. You see the lights coming on now. I mean, Ken knew that he was just being bullied off track there, and Taek Seong has given that position up. And they're still at it. Oh no, this was the previous encounter. Here they are with 2 minutes left in the race. And again, Ken just slowly cutting off the line. Gonna swing it back inside now. Or is he? Did that too late, he cuts it off. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Well done from both drivers. That could have gone either way. Really, that was Ken's fault. He came out too wide. It was too wide an entrance into turn 15. Then he tried to shut the door. By that point, the racing line was already keenly contested by both. Well, that contact seems to have aided Ken Urata a bit. Have a look at this. He just tried to cut it off. He was too wide, and so Chow has absolutely nowhere to go. That was not Chow's fault. But from this point, where the cars are careening out of control, to get those back under control, that's great. So maybe Taek Seong has decided that that battle should be picked up again in round 3. There's no point smashing up the car and getting no points. Meanwhile, up at the front, Anif Hamdans and Lai Wei Sing together this time for this race 4. We'll see them together on the podium as well. They now start the last lap. 2:27.695 was their best, fastest lap in this 4th race. It is still faster than race 1, which was a 2:28.42, so they're bringing it down. But there was a 2:26.953 that was logged in race 2, and that is the fastest lap we've seen so far from Malaysia Championship Series 2021, and the fastest lap for at R Engineering HMRT Honda Civic FC. And I don't think they're going to beat that now on this last lap. Doesn't look it with the sector times coming in. Pretty standard. Very well balanced car. As I said earlier in the day, this is the car that won the last full championship that was run in 2019 and the one-off 2020 event as well. It's come back, had a couple of niggles that they had to sort out in race 1. Lost a lot of speed in the last few laps, but they seem to have done that now, and it is driving like a dream. Lap 22 for them. Wow, that was living dangerously on the curbs. Maybe they are in fact pushing for a fast lap this final lap. Well, they're certainly not taking it easy. Let's see what they come up with This would be great if they can break a 2:27.695 or a 2:26. As I said, doesn't look likely with the sector times, but something to look forward to. Round turn 15 they go, and the checkered flag for the 4th time. The sole entrant touring production class. Sharing honours this time, Alif Hamdan and Raiwi Singh. The complete partnership. And that was a 2:28.098, by the way. So still much work to do in terms of pushing that 2:26.953 championship record so far. So we get more people finishing. Leona Chin has finished and won MTC. Great double win for Leona. Really, really good stuff. And that team has been working round the clock to fix those 2 DNFs in race 2 and race 3, and they've come back victorious in race 4. Mitchell Chia and Ali Rahimi have come in second behind Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid in SB2. And it would be Sham Harun and Sharizal Jamaluddin that have come through as winners of SB1. Just waiting for everybody to get round the track now. Some of these cars, that is the number 34 car. Some of these cars on 23 laps, some of these cars on 22. The only DNF that we've seen today, sadly, for Danny Chin. Round turn 15 for this car that won in the first race. And DNF to the second. Good in the third. Second spot in the third race. And now winning their SB1 class in the 4th race. And Ken Urata, Chantek Song taking second and third. And Baron Sim all of a sudden down to 4th. Now I'm going to have to calculate what that's going to be like coming back for the second half of the season. Of course, we have the podium ceremony turning up after this as well. That is final cars. That is Mitchell Chia and Ali Rahimi. What a ride from them. On the back of the grid. And also what a drive from Nurul Husna and Natasha Sita as well. Moved up to MTC just this morning due to a regulation about clearance, and have now ended up on the podium twice as a second and now a third in MTC. So all in all, looking back at the first 2 days of the Malaysia Championship Series 2021 in this compacted calendar format, you have to say that it has delivered as we thought it would. And all the drivers have come out safely. But some of the cars, of course, did get a bit bashed up. But that happens at MCS, so you'd be surprised how hardy these cars actually are. Into Parc Fermé for scrutineering. That there is Azwan Zulkifli, 8th in class for SB2. There's Leona Chin, winner of MTC. That is Putra Adam, a 3rd spot for Putra Adam, so 2 seconds and a 3rd. That's consistency from that number 25 car from our engineering. Look at the amount of duct tape on that Suzuki Swift. That's how hard it was for them to get that car even ready for race time. Well done, Leona. Be happy with that. Now, of course, they have a longer time, around about 11 days, 12 days to get that car ready if they do take part, of course, in the Sepang 1,000 kilometer. But The point is, it's not going to be the 3-hour timetable that they had this afternoon to get that car back on. And once again, that car had a burst oil pump splitter. It had body work done. The tires needed to be changed. And some of those parts needed to be outsourced as well. Well, that's a great partnership. And they're going to be dark horses for the second half of the season. Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid. The cars now, orderly possession before they get cordoned off at the back of the track. This is going to be a very interesting situation coming back in December, I can tell you, for these MCS drivers. Ken Urata with a great second spot in the end. Really fought for that. And that's Shazul Isham, who has now proved again that Empire M Racing is a force to be reckoned with. Looking at the full results now. Yeah, this is touring production, of course. Another R&D run for Alif Hamdan, 101.43. So good work from him and Lai Wei Sing this time. In MTC, great second win, 2 from 4 for Leona Chin. And I can tell you that it was Ronnie Risman and Saiful Nizam that came in second in MTC. Nurul Husna, Natasha Sita with another podium, third in MTC. That's really well done from them. That proves that. Abdul Mikhail and Abu Bakr on the Toyota Vios in fourth. And Danny Chin, of course, the DNF there. Sadly, after 9 laps, we lost Danny Chin. So once again, just confirmation of that 101.43 from Alif Hamdan and Lai Wei Sing. That won them another 15 points. That's 60 points straight for our engineering. This is the MTC. It said Leona, Ronnie Risman, Nurul Husna, top 3. We'll be seeing them on the podium. Abdul Mikhail and the DNF from Danny Chin in 5th. He's going to be unhappy with that, but he lives to fight another day. In SP1, well, what a fight this was. Shazul Isham with yet another win. Ken Urata with a great second spot he had to fight for. Chao Tek Song in 3rd, and Katir and Sim in 4th. Something happened to that car in the closing part of the race. They could have won it. And in S Production 2, well, that top 2, that's going to be something to look out for in rounds 3 and 4. Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid ahead of Mitchell Chen and Adi Rahimi. Great 3rd spot, another podium for Putra Adam. Eddie Liu and William Ho in 4th. Imran Wafi, Adnan and Naji in 5th. Noor Adli and Othman in 6th. Chai Kok Ho, Chu Sin Yong in 7th. Azwan Zulkifli and Sharina Ramli in 8th. And Amir Harris Jeffrey in 9th. And it is unfortunate that I have to remember Amir Harris Jeffrey is getting 3 unsportsmanlike flags in 4 races. That has to be checked out. Let's look back at race 4. A lot to unpack here. Now, this was pre-race. A lot of the drivers just trying to keep cool. Lots of muggy conditions, not direct sunlight, but a little spatter of rain between race 3 and race 4 meant that all of these cars were just ready and a bit nervous on the grid. It's good to see Leona Chin back in that Tedco Racing Suzuki Swift. This was the start, another dominating start from our engineering, but look at Ken Urata and Chao Tek Song on the right of your screen. That would set up the position. Great move there. And that battle would be on track and off track for the next 8 to 10 laps. Split off into 2, and this was Tek Seong and Urata. This will have to be that. Oh no, this was turn 15. This is one of the many of their turn 15s. One of them led to some contact. We'll be seeing that later on. Meanwhile, ahead of them, this was the battle for the lead in SP1, and it looked for a while that number 23 car was going to rule the roost, but suddenly things started slowing down for it, and once again the reliability of the Empire M Racing 34 came through. Great performance again from Nurul Husna and Natasha Sita in that 58 Nisa Racing car, and a wonderful performance from that 23 Motors car, back up in the podium spots, but starting from the back of the grid. That was the retirement, the only retirement of the race, Danny Chin, and this was that moment when all of a sudden that 23 Motors car started losing a lot of power, and it wasn't just one car that went past, it was three. They were leading at that point. Meanwhile, the battle between Urata and Taeksong went on, and it went too close at one point. We'll get even closer than that. And they had a lot of fun on that track. Well, fun for one of them, maybe not fun for the other one. That's Ken Urata coming in and taking that position after being almost pushed off track by Taeksong. They literally did not give up right till the last minute. This was the last 2 minutes of the race. This was the contact, shuts the door, and this time the door slams back. Well controlled by both drivers. In the end, 60 straight points for being the sole entrant in touring production for Alif Hamdan, this time joined by team owner Lai Wee Singh. Good finish there. That car looking like it's a set of day. The racer says Leona Chin with the winner in MTC. We'll be back with the podium presentation just as soon as possible. Thanks for staying with us, and do be here on the official live stream of the Sepang International Circuit.
Stability, grip, quietness. Only one tire can satisfy drivers who demand true performance. Advan. Life can be exciting. Yokohama Tire.
Welcome to the Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix, and as you can see, it's a huge crowd, a sea of yellow and blue, most of them supporting Valentino Rossi this weekend. Also, we have our local riders. A huge event. Tickets have been sold out. Malaysian MotoGP! Go Jack!
Go Jack! Aku cari, you can do it!
He's been in complete control, man, with Vinales. Check the flag is out. Vinales is victorious. It's Malaysia Malaysia.
Run towards your dream, because the moment you stop running, the moment you stop fighting, is the day you lose it. That dream is not going to wait and say, take a breather. It's going to say, come catch me. Catch me if you can.
Yokohama.
Welcome to the Sepang International Circuit, and of course this is the Shell Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix. As you can see, people are starting to walk into the welcome center. We have about 100 over vendors here today. It's going to be an awesome weekend here at Sepang Circuit.
Okay guys, hari ni keadaan sini semua meriah saya tengok, dan saya doakan yang terbaik untuk semua pelumba, termasuk Malaysia, ada Podium, Ki, Syarin dan semua yang terlibat lah.
Malaysia の皆さん、日本から来ました。MotoGP 楽しんでます。イエーイ。
stability, grip, quietness. Only one tire can satisfy drivers who demand true performance. Advan. Life can be exciting. Yokohama Tire.
Welcome back to the official live stream of the Sepang International Circuit. The race has concluded. That's round 2, race 4. And during that break, while we wait for the podium presentation, I have done some mental calculations, and you're not going to believe the results that have come out. At the beginning of this race day, 23 Motors, of course, was leading in MTC, SP1 and SP2. They haven't had the best of days today, and a lot of the competitors have closed the gap, you should say. Well, let's look at it this way. In MTC right now, the early leader, it was Ronnie Risman, who's now got 44 points. In second spot, it's Mikhail with 38. Leona Chin up to 30. Danny Chin up to 30. In SB1, 3 teams are tied on 42 points. 23 Motors, Empire M and R-Works, Ken Urata, Shazul Isham, and Katia and Sim all on 42 points. Chowtek Song with 38. And in SB2, Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi are tied on 42 with Hayden Heikel and Adam Khalid going into the second half of the season. Putra Adam with 2 seconds and a third at 34. It is too tight to call, but that's how it's going to be when we start racing again on December the 15th for round 3. 3 cars in SP1 tied on 42 points. You may as well start from 0 again. It's going to be great. Now the podium just about ready to go. Mio is going to be on hand to marshal that. Thanks again to all of the organizers, logistics, broadcasters, marshals, everybody. Of course, all the COVID safety protocols as well being managed by the safety team up here. Really huge effort, not just from the drivers and the teams. And a big thanks to our official fuel partner, BH Petrol, official partner, Yokohama, and KBS for all the support they've given us in getting racing back in Malaysia. I think we're about ready for that podium now.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is the podium ceremony for Malaysia Championship Series 2021. Round 2, race number 4. We will start with the touring production category. Car number 72, the winner, R Engineering HMRT, Alif Hamdan.
Alif Hamdan and Lai Wee Singh should be both coming out onto that podium. 60 straight points from the first 2 days. Looks like it is just Alif again.
It is my honor to invite Mr. Jason Chow, Assistant Sales Manager, YHI Marketing Malaysia Sdn Bhd, together with Muhammad Ehsan, Pengurusan Stesen Persiaran Selangor, PH Petrol, to join the winner for a group photo.
Time for the photo, and then a few words from Alif Hamdan, I'm sure.
Thank you, Mr. Jason and Mr. Ehsan, and congratulations to Alif.
Hey Alif, 4th time's the charm, obviously, but do you hope that is going to be a bit of a difference, coming in December for round 3 and 4?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're missing the Singaporeans with the A45 AMG, so I think it gave us enough time to prep and do our R&D that we need for our car to get strong, and I think we've pushed it pretty hard the last couple of races, and so far so good, so I think our R&D went well for this weekend.
All right. Again, congratulations, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mio. Alif there talking about the ST Wangan racing team in Desmond. So missed this year, of course, and hopefully going to see them in the future. Up next should be MTC.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, is the Malaysian Touring Car category. Please welcome to the winners, all the winners to the podium. In lane, in 3rd place, car number 58 from Niza Racing, Nurul Husna and Natasha Sitta.
A second podium for the ladies from Nisa. Fantastic performance.
In second place, car number 5, Muhammad Roni Risman and Saiful Nizam Kamaruddin.
An important second spot for Ronnie and Saiful. 44 points going into the second half of the season. That's topping the MTC class.
And the winner for the MTC category, car number 6 from Tedco Racing, Leona Chin.
Achievement of the day. Well done to Tedco Racing and Leona Chin for getting that car back up and then back up onto the podium as well. Second win from 4 races for Leona Chin.
And with that, it is my honor once again to invite Mr. Jason Chow, Assistant Sales Manager, Waisha Marketing Malaysia, Senior Berhad, together with Muhammad Ehsan, Pengurusan Stesen Persiaran Selangor BH Petrol, to join the winners for a group photo.
And after the group photo, I'm sure we're going to be hearing from a much happier Leona.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jason and Mr. Ehsan, and congratulations to all the winners.
All right, Leona, first day morning race number 1, and then 2 DNFs in between, and now back on the podium, back in the number 1 spot. What a roller coaster ride has it been, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been more sweeter now, the win. Thank you to the team to fix the car. We were fixing it until in the early morning, and then today again fix the car and managed to get the car ready just before the race 4. So thank you guys, thank you Tedco Racing, and thank you all my sponsors.
All right, congratulations, Leona.
Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, Bjorn. That car was actually put together with duct tape as well. Well done. Up next should be SB1.
And now is the S Production 1 category. Please welcome all the winners to the podium. In third place, car number 11, Team R Engineering HMRT, Chow Tek Song.
Chow Tek Song, great performance once again. Currently has racked up 38 points from the first 4 races, and that puts him tied for second in the class.
In second place, car number 55 from Team R-Works, Ken Urata.
Another strong drive from Ken. Not quite top spot this time, but he's going to be happy with that. Puts him at 42 points and tied for first.
And the winner for the SP1 category, car number 34, Shazul Hisham Harun and Muhammad Shahrizal Jamaluddin.
Contender for probably the most consistent car and team over the first 2 days. Well done to Shazul and Shahrizal. They're also tied with 42 points
Again, we would like
at
to
the top of the
invite
class.
Mr. Jason Chow, Assistant Sales Manager, Waisha Marketing Malaysia, Senior Berhad, together with Muhammad Ehsan, Pengurusan Stesen Persiaran Selangor BH Petrol, to join the winners for a group photo.
And while that group photo is taking place, let's not forget that Abdul Katir and Baron Sim also on 42 points. SB1 set up for the second half of the season.
Thank you, Mr. Jason and Mr. Ehsan, and once again, congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you.
All right, Shazul, Shahrizal, what an adventure. 2 days full of racing, and to top it off, first place can't be bad, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, the speechless now. Okay. So it's a hard weekdays for us.
Right.
Okay. So I had a medical problem yesterday, so we fixed it, and yep, of course we are on podium.
Very good. And what about in December? Definitely, you guys are going to give it a lot in December coming around.
Definitely, yeah, sure.
Okay, congratulations, gents. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mio. 3 teams tied on 42 points in SP1. That's going to be a huge championship. Now, the SP2 podium.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the S Production 2 category. In third place, car number 25 from Team R Engineering HMRT, Putra Adam.
What a performance from Putra Adam, 2 seconds and a third. Dark horse for the second half of the season, perhaps.
Second place,
currently on 34 points.
Number 123 from Team 23 Motors, Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi.
Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi, 2 wins and a second from 4 races, puts them on 42 points, tied top of the class.
And the winner for the SP2 category, car number 85 from Team Niza Racing, Hayden Haikal and Adam Khalid.
And Hayden and Adam also tied on 42 points with also 2 wins and a second.
And once again, we would like to invite Mr. Jason Chow, Assistant Sales Manager, Waisha Marketing Malaysia, Sdn Bhd, together with Muhammad Ehsan, pengurusan stesen persiaran selama BH Petrol, to join the winners for a group photo.
After the group photo, be hearing from Hayden and Adam.
Thank you, Mr. Jason and Mr. Ehsan, and congratulations to all the winners.
Great to see that. SOP compliance, no gatherings. That's better.
All right. You can't even stand right now, Ada. You must be ecstatic. No, don't mind. It's fine because obviously it's definitely been a journey so far, 2 days racing. How do you feel right now?
I feel good. It's nice to know that we could come back from a really tough start to the weekend. I mean, a tough start to the week. So yeah, qualifying wasn't the best and practice wasn't the best, but coming to the race 1 all the way to race 4, we really had pace and we had a good strategy. So I can really commend the team and commend Hayden for having spectacular drives.
And to you, Hayden, December is just around the corner for round 3 and 4. Any different, or are you just gonna, just wall up and just go at it as what you did this week around?
We're just gonna send it, We did well this weekend, considering what happened yesterday. Week. Considering what happened yesterday, so yeah, quite happy.
All right, awesome. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you. All right, that's it, folks, for this this week, actually, for the MCS 2021. We'll be definitely back with you guys in December. And now back to you, Jeef.
Thanks a lot, Mio. Yes, that is the end of some fantastic racing. All 4 races have produced some great results, and it's going to be very tight in MTC, SP1 and SP2 when we restart proceedings for round 3 and round 4 on December 15th and December 16th. Please join us for that. And of course, don't forget the Sepang 1000K also happening on November 27th, and all these drivers are going to be taking part in that. For now, as you can see, the sun is setting in Sepang, and it's time for us to say goodbye. We'll see you at S1K, and of course for round 3 and round 4. You guys take care.